Oh bother, somebody's grumpy. Owl was flying above the treetops of 100-Acre Wood one morning when he noticed something unusual. The treetops were not green. They were white. "Why, I believe it has snowed," Owl exclaimed as he landed on the branch of a tree. "Blah, blah, blah, blah," someone answered from below. "Hello, is someone there?" Owl asked. A huge white mound answered. "Nobody, just me." Owl flew down and brushed the snow off the mound. "Eeyore, why are you hiding under all that snow?" "I was standing here minding my own business," said Eeyore, "when somebody flew into that tree and knocked the snow all over me." "Oh dear me," said Owl, "I am sorry." The gray donkey shook his head. "It's not your fault, but this awful snow is cold and wet, and I can't even find a thistle. It really is a terrible day." Owl didn't think it was a terrible day. He thought the snow was soft and pretty, but on his way home, Owl slipped while landing on a patch of ice. "Ouch, this ice is hard," said Owl. "Eeyore was right. This is a terrible, dangerous day." Once he got home, Owl dozed in his chair and tried not to think about the terrible snow and ice. Suddenly, his house began to shake. "Open up," a familiar voice called to him. Tigger, bouncing up and down on the porch, Owl asked Tigger to please stop. Tiggers love snow, and snow makes Tiggers bouncier than ever. "Come out and play." Owl shook his head. "Out of the question. I'm staying inside until the snow and ice melt. This is really a terrible, dangerous day." And with that, Owl slammed the door in Tigger's face. "What does he know?" said Tigger, merrily bouncing through the snow. "The snow is Tiggerific." Suddenly, Tigger tripped over a snow-covered tree stump and landed with a great wet kerplop. "Aw, Tiggers hate snow," Tigger grumbled, and he carefully continued through the 100-Acre Wood without bouncing even one little bounce. "Hi, Tigger," shouted Roo as Tigger passed by his house. "Let's go exploring in the snow." Tigger shook his head. "No thanks, this really is a terrible, unbouncy day." "What a grumpy Tigger," Roo giggled. Soon, Roo was bouncing small bounces through the deep snow. Meanwhile, Winnie the Pooh and his good friend Piglet were lying in the snow trying to make snow angels. Up, down, back, forth, oh bother, which way do the wings go? As Roo was bouncing nearby, he lost his balance and tumbled down a steep hill, landing on top of Pooh. "Hello, Roo, having fun?" asked Pooh. Roo frowned. "No, I'm not," said Roo. "The snow is too slippery and cold, and this is a terrible chilly day, and I made a terrible mess of your snow angel. I'm sorry." And with that, Roo carefully headed home. I don't know. It seems like everybody's grumpy mood is catching on to everybody else. Pooh sighed as he looked down at the snow angels. They didn't look too good. Piglet shivered. "And it's a little cold out here." "So cold my honey froze," said Pooh, reaching in his honey jar. "Oh, bother. Maybe it is a terrible hungry day after all." So the two friends went inside to warm up and feel sorry for themselves. When Christopher Robin asked his friends to come out and play, Pooh was surprised. "Play? On such a terrible day? You better go home, Christopher Robin, and don't come back until spring." "Why are you so grumpy?" asked Christopher Robin. "Grumpy? Me?" asked Pooh. "Goodness, I am feeling grumpy." "Me too," Piglet agreed. So they told Christopher Robin about Roo's visit. "And he was grumpy too," said Pooh. "Uh-oh, sounds like a bad case of the galloping grumps," said Christopher Robin. "The galloping grumps? Is it catchy?" worried Piglet. "Very catching," said Christopher Robin. "Grumpiness and grouchiness gallop quickly from one person to another. However, the cure for the galloping grumps, is cheerfulness. That spreads quickly too. I'll show you." Christopher Robin took Pooh and Piglet outside. "Let's try the snow angels one more time." "These are the best snow angels I've ever seen," said Christopher Robin. Soon Pooh and Piglet were laughing with Christopher Robin. When they felt cheery instead of grumpy, they went to look for Roo. Bring your sled, said Pooh to Christopher Robin. After a few fast rides down the big hill on Christopher Robin's sled, Roo was happy again. Sliding down a hill is more fun than tumbling, said Roo, laughing. Another case of the grumps gone, said the pleased Pooh. At the bottom of the hill, they found a grouchy Tigger. Tiggers hate winter, he told his friends. I'll handle this, said Pooh. Knock, knock. Aw, who's there? Said Tigger without enthusiasm. Snow. Snow who? Snowbody special, answered Pooh. To everyone's surprise, Tigger began to laugh. That's a good one. Let's go tell it to my old pal Owl, he said, bouncing off to Owl's house. Knock, knock, shouted Tigger. At first, Owl didn't want to open the door. Come back next spring, he said. Knock, knock, called Tigger again. Very well. Who's there? Answered Owl. Snow. Snow who? Snowbody but us Tiggers, get it? Tigger said with a laugh. When Owl stepped outside, he was smiling. It's not such a bad day after all, he exclaimed. It looks as if the cheerfulness cure worked again, Pooh whispered to Christopher Robin. Then the friends headed to the frozen pond to try skating. Come on and join us, Christopher Robin shouted to Eeyore, who watched from the shore. Eeyore shook his head and looked grumpier than usual. I'd probably fall and hurt myself, Christopher Robin realized that Eeyore's case of the galloping grumps would need special attention. All of a sudden, Christopher Robin had an idea. He gathered Pooh and Piglet and the others together, and they began to roll snow into huge balls. When they were finished, Winnie the Pooh brought Eeyore to show them his big surprise. Whatever it is probably won't work, said Eeyore, gloomier than ever. But when Eeyore saw the surprise, his eyes grew wide, and the corners of his mouth began to turn up instead of down. It was a snow sculpture of Eeyore. I've never seen anything like it, said Eeyore. I feel pretty cheery now. Of course, when spring comes, the snow Eeyore will melt, and I'll probably be grumpy again. Oh, good, Pooh whispered to Christopher Robin. That will give us a chance to cheer him up again. Aw, so cute. That was Oh Bother, Somebody's Grumpy.